KHOU 11 News This Morning starts now.
And good morning. A live look right here from our weather tracker. It may not be coming down real hard now, but it was coming down in Katy earlier this morning, and we're expecting heavy rain all across Houston throughout the day today.
And good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Russ Lewis.
And I'm Lisa Hernandez. It is Wednesday, February 21st. Let's get right on over to Cheetah Craft with where this rain stands right now. Cheetah.
Good morning. I first want to show you how big this cold front is that we're tracking, not only here through Dallas, but extends pretty much all the way throughout the country. Let me zoom on in a little bit tighter. Cold air behind it. We have two different seasons right now, almost throughout the state of Texas. It's still warm. It's still humid here. And then take a look at the pink. That's some rain-snow mix just north of Dallas. We have had flash flood warnings issued all throughout the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, I know you're saying, why are you talking about that? That's the cold front that's heading this direction. I'm still expecting anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain. Isolated amounts, though, in 24 hours could be more than that. So first and foremost this morning, the rain that pushed through here is actually an upper level disturbance just pushing through throughout our jet stream. So that's not even the front, the big front that's going to spark up additional thunderstorms later today. East of town right now, lit up like a Christmas tree. Those are the thunderstorms that moved through west of town. These are just tracking west to east. And in fact, we have our own Michelle outside live checking it out. Now, I know you're headed west at this point. We're all waiting on that cold front to send us more rain, Michelle.
Yeah, hey, Cheetah. Well, thanks. Well, we were headed west. We're actually headed east now on I-10 because we're hearing there's a lot of rain moving through Pasadena and Baytown area, and we of course want to monitor those road conditions for you guys. But anyways, let me show you what we're looking at right now. So earlier this morning, there was a lot of rain near where we are right now, which is we just passed the Beltway. We're on I-10, as we mentioned. We're heading east. You can see the wet road conditions. In fact, we're just passing the North Post Oak Road area right now. Conditions aren't too bad in this area, but we see a light mist. But as throughout this afternoon, there is a flash flood warning for all parts of Houston. We're going to head towards Baytown right now to show you road conditions out there, so stick with us. In fact, meteorologist Jeff Lindner actually tweeted out earlier, there is the highest threat for street flooding over the next hour or so. So we're going to keep an eye on all that to make sure you guys are safe and give yourself a few extra minutes. Darby, I'm hoping all this rain doesn't make traffic too bad.
Well, it is going to make it bad, but I sure am glad, Michelle, you're out there doing recon for us. We appreciate that. Yeah, she's headed out to the east where there's some seriously heavy rain out there. As it rolled through town, yeah, it did cause a problem or two. We've got most of them cleared up, but we do have one working here, an accident involving an 18-wheeler. It's downtown on I-10 as you go westbound approaching I-45. Take a look with our Houston TransStar shot. You can see our 18-wheeler here. Man, this looks like an overturned vehicle upside down here underneath this 18-wheeler. They're only letting 2 left lanes get through here. Fortunately, it's early enough that it's not causing any delays to traffic. We'll just keep monitoring it for you. But I-10 in from Baytown, you're 32 minutes, Grand Parkway into I-45, and that's pretty much going to be rain slowed, guys.
Okay, Darby, thank you very much.
It's coming up on 4:34 now, and now to our breaking news, and really a sad story from overnight. The Houston Police Department has lost one of its best.
A K-9 officer named Ronnie was euthanized overnight after suffering severe injuries while on duty.
Our Janelle Ford joining us from the Animal Hospital this morning, where we just heard from the police chief. Janelle, what did Chief Acevedo have to say about this?
Well, guys, Chief Acevedo says that this is a tough loss for HPD. Ronnie had 7 years of service under his belt and had racked up around 250 captures. But the chief says that Ronnie went out exactly how he'd want to. Now, here's what we know about what happened overnight. Ronnie and his officer partner were trying to stop a stolen vehicle. The guy driving led them on a chase, and at some point the suspect got out of the car and ran into a wooded area. Ronnie spotted him and took off after him, but got his leg stuck on some sort of wooden object while he was running at full speed. Now, they were able to catch the guy. That's him sitting in the police vehicle. He'll be charged later this morning, but Ronnie suffered major injuries. Now, officers had to carry him out of the woods and brought him here to this animal hospital. And vets here determined that his broken leg was just so severe that there was nothing they could do for him. So HPD said their final goodbyes to Ronnie about 2 hours ago. And guys, as you know, officers form such strong bonds with their canine partners. So this is definitely a tough night for HPD. Guys.
Understandably so. Janelle Ford, thank you for the latest information, that breaking news. It's been 1 week since the Florida high school shooting, and in that time we've seen a number of school shooting threats here at home. These are just a few of the reports we have received. We've been discussing ways for parents to talk about this with your children. We're also covering what schools can do, including a drill that they run.
Yeah, this is called Run, Hide, and Fight. And starting today, Klein High School students are getting a refresher lesson in that. So here's the idea. If there's an active shooter on campus, run if you hear anything that sounds like gunfire and don't look back. Know a good spot to hide in case you can't get away, and then as a last resort, fight the shooter. The school's website has more information, and also it has the training timeline today.
Today, hundreds of students and parents are pushing for tighter gun control. Buses arrived in Florida's capital filled with people ready to convince lawmakers to tighten legislation. And even though they learned mid-trip that lawmakers had rejected a bill to ban assault rifles, there may be some action coming from the White House. President Trump is now taking steps to ban bump stocks.
Randy Smith here now to tell us what the president is proposing. Randy?
Guys, President Trump is making moves to ban devices that turn legal weapons into machine guns, which are illegal. We want to know, do you agree with the president? Would you like to see a ban on gun modifications? You can vote in our live poll at khou.com/vote now. So the president signed a memorandum asking Attorney General Jeff Sessions to look into banning bump stocks. That's what you're looking at here. And it's what the shooter in the Las Vegas shooting used. It converts legal semi-automatic weapons into illegal automatic weapons. The president also took to Twitter yesterday saying, whether we're Republican or Democrat, we must now focus on strengthening background checks. A White House spokesman says discussions about that are ongoing, but that the president supports efforts to improve the federal background check system. Bump stocks, background checks, all of those topics are likely going to come up during President Trump's listening sessions regarding school safety. Families and teachers from the Parkland High School, Sandy Hook Elementary, and Columbine High School shootings will all be there at the White House. Lisa?
We'll see if anything comes out of it, Brandy. Thank you. And as we prepare for heavy rain here this morning, dangerous flooding has already hit North Texas. Take a look at this video here from last night.
A woman sat on top of a vehicle that was submerged as crews arrived to rescue her. That video, if we have it, is out of Park Central and I-635 in Dallas. That area is expected to get up to 6 inches of rain.
Had some trouble with the video there. It was serious up north, though. We know that. And Cheetah, we're about to get some pretty heavy rain. Some's already fallen, but it's going to get a little more serious later this morning, isn't it?
It will continue to get serious, guys, and we have seen that even overnight. So late last night in the Dallas area, that was already an issue. I wanted to zoom in here on the northeast side here locally and talk about some of the rainfall rates that we've seen. So these storms developed out west. If you're waking up with us west or northwest of town, this is what rolled through your area between about 1 to 3 a.m. this morning. So it woke a lot of you up, I know. And when we start to hear some of these big thunderstorms, it gives us all a little bit of anxiety. I know, especially after Hurricane Harvey, after you can see what rain can do across the city. Now, this is one little short wave, so a short disturbance that pushed through over the jet stream that will quickly move out of here. So take a look, though, now east of town. So Barrett, Liberty County, right now, eastern Harris County, you are getting this flooding, blinding rain. Take a look at all the lightning associated with it. Remember, if you do lose power this morning, you can always look at the radar on our apps as well. If you're waking up in League City, Friendswood, Santa Fe this morning, San Leon, Texas City. Look at all of the lightning. You're probably hearing some of the rumbles here all the way up into Pearland with some of the heavy downpours. Again, this is all what pushed out southwest of town, which is now southeast of here. Let me show you what I'm expecting, though. So I'll put this into future mode so you can kind of plan your day. 7 a.m. this morning, cold front lining up northwest of town. And once that front gets here, the collision of these two different air masses will really spark up these thunderstorms once again. 11 a.m., it looks like it's rolling through the heart of town. Now, plus or minus about an hour here, but I think this model is pretty accurate. By 3, 4 o'clock, front is trying to push offshore, but we still have lingering rain, Darby, even overnight into early tomorrow morning.
All right, thanks a lot, Cheetah. So the weather is rolling its way through, and now it's moving off to the east side, and it is causing problems. But first, we start downtown, accident with an 18-wheeler, I-10, as you go westbound. Right before you get to I-45, we've got an 18-wheeler involved in this accident here, and this appears to maybe be an overturned vehicle in front of it. They're blocking off 3 right lanes, 2 left lanes can get through, but you see traffic right now is so light it's not causing any big delays. But then I found this out on I-10, the Baytown East Freeway. out by the San Jacinto River. Now we're looking from Crosby Lynchburg, and they're trying to zoom in from Crosby Lynchburg, but we're basically right over the San Jacinto River. This is I-10 going westbound over the San Jacinto River. Looks like we've got something here in the left lane. Not sure what it is, but traffic's already backing up to before the San Jacinto River. So coming in I-10 and from Baytown is going to be quite the problem. Right now I have you 33 minutes, Grand Parkway to 45. You haven't even left the house yet. Just tack on 10 minutes, you'll be safe. No delays on 90 coming in from Dayton or Crosby. Just going to be raining, and safe for 225 headed to the refineries. Quiet, but it's going to be wet.